Jesus takes with him Peter, John, and James to the mountain. And there, as he prays, these disciples or these close followers may be observing Jesus. It is said, though they were weighed down with sleep, but since they had stayed awake, they saw his glory. They saw Moses and Elijah together with Jesus and heard the voice of God saying, "This is my son, my chosen, listen to him." Now this experience was completely heavenly. Maybe they have never encountered Jesus in this state as he was transfigured, changed, transfigured into a different state of life. Maybe so far they only thought of him as any other ordinary person with extreme powers to perform miracles. But at this time, since they had stayed awake, they saw his glory. Now Jesus took them to the mountain. Step number 2, they experienced something what is beyond. And step 3, they go away. So for any experience, to have the best of experience, we need to go. And surely we do go to our churches, to the places of worship. But do we prepare? The more we prepare, the more will be the benefit. The more will be what you will receive. For anything in life, usually we prepare. Even when we want to go to buy something, we will note down. We will think about it. See how much we require it. We are focused to get something because we understand this is the benefit. Do we have that preparation done for us whenever we go to the church or for the worship? Do we prepare, or is it just automatic that we go with our daily habit? No doubt there is sacrifice of time, but does that habit make us just to dress, run to the church, or drive to the church? Is there an amount of that dwelling on what we need to get from there, what we want from this place? Why exactly we are driving or going to this place? What exactly we need today? What's the focus and the purpose? If we don't dwell on this preparation, there's very little we may receive. Step 2, which I mentioned, is the place of experiencing God. So their eyes were heavy with sleep, but since they stayed awake, they saw his glory. At times it could be so difficult for us, even to go to the church, to go for that worship at that particular time. And for us in our daily life, maybe to have a prayer, to have time with God, it could be so difficult. But in those difficulties, since you are still going to make it, that's the time you are going to benefit the most. And even when we don't have those sacrifices, are you getting enough from this second step? Do you really get that God experience as Peter, James, and John had it at that mountain? Do you receive something extraordinary at that particular place of prayer or at that place of worship? Do you get that feeling, I just need to stay here for some more time? Peter said to Jesus, let us stay here. For them, it was the peak moment. Do you have those peak moments in your life when you go there? And lastly, they don't just stay there. They go back. When we go back, it's not just going away from this encounter, but going to encounter the same God in our daily lives. It's not going away from the church. We are not being sent away. We are being sent in our lives, in our ordinary actions, that we may once again experience this God, experience this Jesus in our lives. Try to experience God at all these different phases, at all these different levels. Prepare, be in His presence even with difficulties, and go take Him back and experience Him in our daily lives.